How successful people start their day? The science-backed morning routine? Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they repeat small, visible mistakes every morning. The way you start your day quietly decides how you live your life. Before the emails, before the noise, before the world asks anything from you, successful people understand something powerful. Mornings compound. And today we're breaking down what real success authors have revealed about how high performers start their day. Not trends, not hacks, but principles, grounded in psychology, discipline, faith-driven intention. One small morning habits create massive long-term results. It's inspired by insights from The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy makes one thing crystal clear. Success is not an event. It is the result of small, smart choices, repeated consistently over time. And nowhere is that more visible than in the first hour of your day. Hardy emphasizes that the compound effect works whether you notice it or not. Just like interest in a bank account, your daily habits are either accumulating success or accumulating regret. Most people underestimate mornings because the changes seem too small. Waking up 30 minutes earlier, drinking water instead of scrolling, planning instead of reacting, reading instead of rushing, individually insignificant, repeated daily for years. Transformational Hardy talks about how highly successful individuals guard their mornings fiercely. They don't start the day in reaction mode. They start in intention mode. Why? Because mornings set trajectory. Think of an airplane leaving Los Angeles for New York. If it's off by just 1 degree at takeoff, it lands hundreds of miles off course. The same principle applies to your day. One distracted morning might not ruin your life, but 2,000 distracted mornings? That's a different story. Hardy also highlights tracking and awareness. Successful people know what they are doing each morning. They are intentional about their first thoughts, their first actions, their first inputs. No randomness. No autopilot. They understand that what you repeatedly do in the first hour becomes your identity. You don't become disciplined in one dramatic decision. You become disciplined by choosing the alarm over the snooze button hundreds of times. This is not motivational fluff. It's behavioral psychology. Repetition wires identity, and your morning is the easiest place to control. Repetition to success begins with personal responsibility before 8 a.m., inspired by the success. Principles by Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield's first principle is simple, yet confronting. Take 100% responsibility for your life. Mornings are where that principle becomes visible. It's easy to blame traffic, deadlines, other people, circumstances, but who controls your wake-up time? Who controls your first thought? Who controls whether you prepare or procrastinate? You do. Canfield explains that successful people don't wait to feel like it. They act based on commitment, not emotion. And many of them use structured morning rituals that include visualization of goals, writing down intentions, reviewing affirmations, reading something growth-oriented. These practices aren't random. They reprogram the subconscious mind. Science supports this. Your brain operates in a more suggestible alpha state shortly after waking. That means what you feed your mind in the morning sinks deeper. Successful individuals leverage this window. Intentionally, they rehearse success mentally before the world challenges them. Canfield often discusses the importance of clarity, and clarity requires quiet. That's why high achievers avoid immediate digital distraction. Instead of checking notifications, they check their direction. They ask, what matters today? Who must I become today? What is one key action that moves my goals forward? Notice the pattern. They design their day before the day designs them. Most people wake up and consume. Successful people wake up and create. That difference, repeated for years, changes income, health, relationships, and confidence. And it starts before breakfast. 3. Your morning sets the emotional tone for your future. Inspired by Your Best Life Now by Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen approaches success from a faith-centered and mindset-driven perspective. His teaching emphasizes expectancy. You don't just wake up, you wake up expecting favor. Osteen highlights that the words you speak early in the day shape your internal atmosphere. Many successful individuals begin their mornings with gratitude and declarations, not complaints. Instead of another stressful day, they say this is a day of opportunity. This isn't denial of reality, it's emotional priming. Neuroscience confirms that your emotional state influences perception. When you begin the day in gratitude, your brain becomes more likely to notice opportunities instead of obstacles. Osteen encourages starting each morning by thanking God for the day, speaking positive declarations, visualizing a blessed outcome. Choosing faith over fear emotion drives performance. If you wake up rushed, anxious, reactive, that state spreads into every interaction. If you wake up centered, hopeful, confident, that state spreads too. Successful people protect their emotional tone early because they understand something most don't. World often mirrors your inner climate. The morning is when you set the climate, and climate, over time, determines growth. The science behind all three perspectives. What's powerful is that although Hardy, Canfield, and Osteen approach success differently, business psychology, personal development, and faith-based mindset, they converge on one truth. Morning intention compounds. Behavioral science shows habit loops are strongest when tied to existing routines. Waking up is the most consistent routine you have. Identity theory suggests you become what you repeatedly practice. Cognitive priming research shows early thoughts influence later decisions. Neuroplasticity confirms repetition, strengthens neural pathways. All three authors emphasize repetition, responsibility, and emotional alignment, not dramatic morning marathons. Not 5 a.m. club bragging rights, but consistency, because consistency beats intensity every time. What successful mornings actually look like simplified across these books? Successful mornings tend to include quiet before noise, planning before reacting, growth before consumption, gratitude before complaint, movement for stagnation, nothing extreme, just intentional, and intention is rare. Why most people never experience this? Because the results aren't immediate. The compound effect is invisible at first. Responsibility feels uncomfortable at first. Positive declarations feel unnatural at first. But here's the truth. The pain of discipline is lighter than the pain of regret. Most people choose what feels easy this morning. Successful people choose what feels empowering long term. And that difference quietly separates lives. Win the morning. Win the identity. Win the life. If this message resonated with you, don't just feel inspired. Choose one small shift tomorrow morning. Just one. Because small, repeated decisions create unstoppable momentum. On this channel, Awaken Mindset, we break down the psychology and principles behind real transformation, not hype. Not shortcuts, but habits that compound. If you're ready to build mornings that build your future, stay connected. Your next level isn't waiting for someday, it's waiting for tomorrow morning.